How's it going, YouTube? It's APOC, aka Brandon, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to make a simple FaceTime lens in Lens Studio. You can get more complex with it, but this is the simplest, easiest way. So, in our objects panel, well, the first thing we're going to need are two images. So we have Jason Momoa here, and we have the FaceTime UI. Not the newest UI, but whatever. It's just one I found real quick. And if you want to find images like this to use, search for the celebrity's name and then Instagram story or Snapchat story. You'll find screenshots of them talking to a camera, often laying in their bed. Looks a lot like FaceTime. So that's where I found that one. Anyway, let's get into the tutorial. Objects. Click the plus button, click screen image. On this image, we're going to add in our celebrity. So you can drag it from the resources and drop it onto the texture field over here. And also click on the texture field. Click on the image that you want to use and click OK. Two ways to do it. Now we need to change our stretch mode to fill. This is going to fill up the whole screen, get rid of any white space or empty space on the outsides. You want to make sure you change it to fill even if you don't have that white space, because if we go to like an iPhone 5, you can see there's no empty space on the bottom. But if I go back to the iPhone X, there is empty space on the bottom. So if I change it to fill, it fixes that on every phone. So change it to fill. You can also do stretch if you don't want to maintain the aspect ratio, but fill is probably the way you want to go in this case. I'm going to rename this just so you guys can see better, but you do not actually have to rename it. All right, now we're going to click on full frame region. We're going to click the add button in objects and add another screen image. The reason I clicked on full frame region is because if you're clicked on a screen region and you add another screen image, it just adds it under there. We don't necessarily need to add another screen region, but if you do happen to be clicked somewhere else and it adds another region, it doesn't really matter. So click back on the screen image we just added, and this is going to be our UI. So go ahead and add your image there. Now we're going to keep this one on fit because we don't really want it to like scale up or anything like that. We just want it to be within the bounds and fully visible at all times. So all we got to do now is grab these anchors here and just resize it. Once you have a size you like this, you're going to see this box kind of has a lot of white space around it. What we're going to do is just trim that white space out. This is going to make it so that the sizing is more consistent. If you have a bunch of white space, it might move around a bit weird when you change across phones. So let's call this UI. Once again, you don't have to rename it. It's just for your eyes. Okay, now click on the full frame region again. Add another screen image, and this is going to be the person. I'm going to rename that now to person. Also call it a user. Now on this one, we're going to get the device camera texture, which is right here. You can drag that in. It's also going to be in the list if you want to do it that way. And this is actually the camera feed. It's called device camera texture. It's the camera feed. It's unedited. If you want to edit it, that's a tutorial for another day. It'd be using multiple cameras with different layers and different render targets. But in this case, you're just going to resize it just like you did the last image. Drag the anchors around. We're going to keep this one to fit as well. And we're going to put it up there. If you have like snapping like this and it kind of like snaps, hold down the Alt key on Windows. I'm not sure what it is on Mac, maybe the Option key, and that disables the snapping while you're dragging. Should make it a little bit easier for you. All right, so there it is. That's really it, guys. That's all you have to do to make this type of lens. You can go down here and test it across devices if you want, see what it's going to look like. So that's it, guys. That's how you make a FaceTime lens in Lens Studio. Hopefully this helps out a lot of you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you feel like you have a great grasp on it, you can jump into the comments as well and help answer some of the questions. Since I'm kind of busy these days, I don't always get to all of them in a quick fashion. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.